want to give you an idea of what it's like to get to school in Japan. So I'm making this little video. You're going to have to bear with me because I'm not very good at video logs, but here's my bike right here. I call it Karasumaru, but I might come up with a better name later. And anyway, I'm going to take you all for a little ride. So let's hope. And not going to try to my bike. That would be dangerous and irrational, and I totally didn't try to do it, but have to cut it all out due to wind noise, so let's just forget all about that. Carrying on, I'm going to try to fill in the gaps and explain everything as best I can with this narration. I'm going to have to do this in one long take because Premiere doesn't seem to like me starting and stopping to cover up my mistakes, so excuse me if this is a little dry. In any case, on the left is the local newspaper printers, usually lined up with paperboys' bikes and that, not that exciting. On the left, there are quite a number of little playgrounds like this, like anywhere else in the world, where the children, pictured right, presumably congregate. Quite a number of little temples like that, like 2,000 some in Kyoto alone, so excuse me if I don't comment at great length on every one. Anyway, pulling in now into one of Japan's many picturesque little side streets filled with random little shops making sweet treats and knickknacks I don't really understand, and long, beautiful Japanese houses with zen gardens and gnarled bonsai-looking trees, which I presume are passed down through families because, well, I mean, at this point, the land they're built on would cost a pretty penny more than most families would have. So that's just my best guess. Anyway, most of Japan is filled in, urban Japan at least, is filled in with little side roads like this, and that kind of comes back to historical Japanese city planning where a big temple would be built, or a castle somewhere in the city, and big roads, north, south, east, and west would be built with, you know, some smaller branch roads built off them, but, I mean, filling in the space in between those wasn't really taken care of, so people started sharing land to build, you know, narrow little streets so that they wouldn't have to go, you know, all the way up or down the big avenues. But yeah, so that's the origin of that. Anyway, right now I'm about to pull into the most interesting part of my commute, which is a ride through God, I forget the name. Some temple. When I remember it, I'll post it on my blog. And turns out I picked kind of a bad day to do this because, as you'll see, all these gates here, of which there are a number, the gates were all closed. And if they're open, you can see through. There are lots of zen gardens and with the raked sand and the big rocks and everything behind these walls. So fortunately, missed out on that. But there's still that big pagoda, towery-looking thing, another closed gate. And this is actually quite a novelty, riding through a temple on the way to school every day. So I enjoy that. The temple itself kind of seems like it's under some renovation at the moment. You'll see, oh, that gate's open. You'll see just in a second, there's some sort of big water feature that must be there. They're very beautiful, presumably, but it seems to be under repairs presently. So when that's fixed and the temple's at peak beauty or whatever, I'll take some pictures. I'll put them on my blog. Anyway, now, ta-da, we're at university. This is Doshisha's Imadegawa campus, the second largest out of something like 4 or 5. And this is where the International Center and a couple of different faculties have their classes. And just as we come around the bend, you'll see, ta-da, that big building at the end there is the Kofukan, where I have most of my classes. So when I do a proper, another of these videos for the campus itself, I'll look into that in greater detail. Anyway, I think that's all the footage I've got, so I'm going to have to say ta-ta for now, and look forward to more in the future.